partners with Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the incident went down?
I have not. I just know what a devout Christian and father he is, and obviously if he would do anything to protect his children.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul.
Months ago, when our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as The Singer, her stage name.
The drama surrounding Diddy's recent arrest is heating up, and guess who's stepping into the ring now? Word on the street is Diddy's been involved in way more shady stuff than we ever imagined, and Mark's finally ready to spill the tea.
Failures, it's all the losses that make you understand and grow and, just hopefully get it right.
Mark's saying that he didn't just leave the industry on a whim. Nope. The reason he walked away was all because of Diddy. The real question is, what did Diddy do that was so bad it made Mark Wahlberg, of all people, pack his bags and peace out? Could this be the moment that topples Diddy's empire? Let's find out. Sean Diddy Combs, the hip-hop mogul who's been hit with multiple accusations of SA from several women, was arrested late Monday in New York after a federal grand jury indicted him. Damian Williams, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, shared a post on social media saying, "We're expecting to unseal the indictment in the morning, and we'll have more to say then." As for the charges, details haven't been revealed just yet, but Combs' lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, responded with, "We're disappointed they're going after Mr. Combs with what we believe is an unfair prosecution by the U.S. Attorney's Office." Combs' lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, also mentioned that Diddy had actually gone to New York last week, expecting the charges to come. "He's not perfect, but he's no criminal," Agnifilo said. Diddy was arrested at the Park Hyatt on 57th Street around 8:30 p.m. Monday night. He's expected to spend the night in custody and appear in court on Tuesday morning, but obviously his fans are disappointed. One of them wrote, "So in court, they said 300 different grand jury subpoenas went out. Most of that was video evidence of illegal acts caught on tape via Diddy, and they also retrieved 90 phones and hundreds of devices." And some people also think that the FBI was working under Diddy. Another one added, "The FBI raided Diddy, just like Epstein's properties, to seize all the videos and photos and put them in their own blackmail library, never to see the light of day." The whole federal investigation into Combs started back in March when Homeland Security Investigations agents raided his mansions in LA and Miami with search warrants. After the raids, his defense attorney Aaron Dyer called the operation a ridiculous use of military-level force, saying the accusations were baseless and that Combs is innocent and will keep fighting to clear his name. Since then, though, his career has been clouded by SA lawsuits and this federal investigation. Diddy was once one of the biggest names in hip-hop, cranking out hits like "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down," "I'll Be Missing You," and "Shake Ya Tailfeather," all of which topped the U.S. charts. His label, Bad Boy Records, was a powerhouse, with stars like Notorious B.I.G and Mase under his wing. He also made serious moves outside of music, with successful ventures like his Sean John clothing line and Cîroc vodka. But since these allegations came out, which he's denied, his reputation has taken a hit. Despite this, what's even more troubling for Diddy is that the judge has ruled that he must stay in jail.
He shouldn't be released. Ultimately, the judge agreed, refusing to grant bail and sent Combs to jail. Wow.
So yes, he is now in a tighter position. Diddy's got his whole past and present drama blowing up, and people can't stop talking about it. Word is he's been mixed up in some seriously shady stuff, and now everyone's low-key regretting ever teaming up with him. Even Mark Wahlberg's jumping in on the action. Right in the middle of all this Diddy chaos, he's admitting he wishes he never backed the guy. It's like everyone's trying to distance themselves from the mess. Mark Wahlberg has really moved on from his rapper days. In fact, he's so not into it that he's actually telling fans to chill by watching his old music videos. It's not like Wahlberg is trying to hide his past, but he's just not feeling too proud of it. In a 2016 interview with Men's Fitness, he straight up said, "I look back at it now and I'm like, what the hell was I doing?" Talk about a major throwback cringe.
Failures, it's all the losses that make you understand and grow and, just hopefully get it right.
Before earning his stripes as an Academy Award nominee, Mark Wahlberg was rocking a whole different persona. In those days, he went by Marky Mark, and together with the Funky Bunch, he was making waves as a chart-topping rapper. Believe it or not, Mark Wahlberg was not just a Hollywood star, but a legit rapper who had a massive hit. To get the full picture of how Marky Mark wound up making it big in music, we need to head back to when the rapper was an early member of one of the biggest boy bands to ever grace the stage. This was back in the 80s, the decade preceding the one that sent Wahlberg into the stratosphere.
Time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. I'ma get mine.
In the early stages of New Kids on the Block, Mark Wahlberg was a member of the group alongside his brother Donnie. This was an interesting lineup, but it was not the one that would go on to sell millions of records. Eventually, Mark would depart the group, and once the classic lineup was put together, the group eventually broke out. In the 80s and early 90s, New Kids on the Block dominated the music scene, unleashing a series of chart-topping hits that propelled them to superstardom. Their influence extended beyond music, with the band having their own toys, a dedicated hotline, and even an animated series, solidifying their ubiquitous presence. Meanwhile, amidst the band's meteoric rise, Mark Wahlberg was diligently honing his rap skills, biding his time for an opportunity to shine. The turning point came when a familiar face played a crucial role in catapulting Marky Mark to household fame. Once in the spotlight, there was no turning back for the burgeoning star.
Boogie Nights too. Burt Reynolds keeps grabbing me and ripping the makeup. I'm like, what the fuck you doing this shit, man? Fuck.
I damn it.
We're doing that scene where I'm telling him it's my the fuck.
With his brother's success in New Kids on the Block paving the way, new opportunities unfolded for Marky Mark. In the burgeoning rap scene, still in its early stages, there was ample room for someone with the right vibe to make a significant impact. Marky Mark seized this chance when he released Good Vibrations, a track that catapulted him to immense fame. Interestingly, Good Vibrations has become a universally recognized song today. However, for younger listeners, the realization that it's a Mark Wahlberg song may not be immediate, given the passage of time since its release. Yet for those who experienced its peak popularity, the song remains unforgettable.
To get yours, I wanna see sweat coming out your pores. On the house, tip the sounds.
Although many associate Mark's rap career primarily with Good Vibrations, it's worth noting that he had more than one hit according to Billboard. Apart from the iconic track, Marky Mark's song Wild Side also secured a spot in the top 10 on the Hot 100, adding another success to his rap portfolio. Despite the initial chart success, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch's reign at the top was short-lived. Following a pattern reminiscent of artists like Vanilla Ice, it became evident that the group wouldn't reclaim their former glory once the initial fervor subsided. In their brief but impactful run, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch produced 2 albums, both achieving gold status according to Billboard. While Mark Wahlberg's rap days are firmly in the past, these achievements underscore his notable success in the broader context of his career.
Socks and no girl was free to come prom time. Everybody was on the line.
Speculation has often swirled about the possibility of a reunion, with fans eagerly anticipating the gang's return, even for a single show. However, despite occasional rumors, there seems to be no reunion on the horizon. In 2013, talks surfaced about a potential comeback, but this never materialized. Wahlberg, it seems, has chosen to leave his Marky Mark persona firmly in the past. This decision aligns with his efforts to distance himself from the bad boy image that initially propelled him to fame in the 90s.
This is wasted on the young. You always want to go back and do something different, or you want to just shake him and tell him, no, don't do this. This is what you got to do.
Trust me.
Mark Wahlberg ventured into the rap scene during the early 1990s as a member of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Following the group's dissolution, Wahlberg pursued a solo rap career, culminating in the release of the album Music for the People in 1997, which unfortunately flopped commercially. Reflecting on that period, Wahlberg has expressed regret, acknowledging his youthful naivety. In a 2010 interview with GQ, he admitted, "I was young and dumb and thought I knew everything." Today, Wahlberg has successfully transitioned into a multifaceted career as an actor, producer, and businessman, with the roles of husband and father adding to his accomplishments. His rap endeavors are firmly relegated to the past. While some speculate that Wahlberg might wish to erase the Funky Bunch era from memory, there's no indication that mentioning it would lead to any adverse consequences in his current career. Unlike Cuba Gooding Jr., who faced credibility issues due to accusations, there is no evidence that Wahlberg has labeled anyone a liar or made threats related to his past in the music industry. Notably, Queen Latifah, having initially been recognized as a rap artist, doesn't seem to derive any benefits from her connection to Jamie Foxx. Although some may use the term Marky Mark in a somewhat disparaging manner, it hasn't impacted Wahlberg's standing in the film industry. In essence, Wahlberg's earlier financial success and encounters with a more indulgent lifestyle during his rap career have become a chapter firmly closed.
That's like, I have to do them justice. You know, I have a job and a responsibility to get it right and handle it with the sensitivity that it deserves. So Mark
Wahlberg made the decision to step away from his rap career due to a lack of confidence in his abilities. Recognizing that he wasn't satisfied with his proficiency in rapping, he chose to redirect his focus towards acting. Despite achieving multiple top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, Wahlberg ultimately decided to leave the rap scene, emphasizing his commitment to pursuing a career in acting. Despite his initial charting successes, Wahlberg chose a different path, leaving his rap career behind. Wahlberg reflects on the alternate trajectory his career might have taken if he had stuck to his initial plan of becoming a full-time rapper. Despite achieving popularity as the singer of Good Vibrations and being a prominent figure in the 90s rap scene, Wahlberg eventually transitioned into a highly successful acting career. Despite his accomplishments in acting, Wahlberg contemplates the different choices he could have made during his younger years, pondering how his career path might have diverged if he had continued down the route of a full-time rapper.
Long's reaction to Father Stu, those are the things that's you know, my reward for the work that we did.
While the departed star was making a move to Hollywood, Eminem had made his debut, and by the time he retired, the 8 Mile star cemented his name on the list of the best rappers. An interview with IGN recently resurfaced on the internet where Wahlberg was asked if he thinks he could have been Eminem if he had not retired, to which he replied, "Could I have been Eminem? I certainly hope not. I like Eminem, I think Eminem's really talented, but I'm trying to go a completely different route." He further quoted, saying that he and Eminem have completely different tastes. "I love my mother, man. Are you crazy? No, I can't be a bad influence on anybody, but I think there's a lot more to what he does than that. There's certainly a shock value that's kind of gotten him to a certain place, but the guy's got a lot of talent. It's just, you know, I came from the real thing, and I was trying desperately to get away from that." While Mark Wahlberg's music career didn't unfold as he had initially envisioned, he holds no regrets about using music as a means of self-expression. However, when comparisons arose between him and Eminem, particularly due to their shared white backgrounds and Eminem's troubled past, Wahlberg took a stance against such associations. Wahlberg actively sought to distance himself from Eminem, disliking the notion of being viewed as a performer who relies on shock value. In contrast, Wahlberg aimed to convey meaningful messages through his work in the entertainment industry. Rather than seeking controversy, he wanted his contributions to resonate with both critics and fans, emphasizing substance and a positive impact in his artistic endeavors. Eminem is known for his unfiltered and confrontational approach in his rap lyrics. While he maintains a structured and meticulous process in the studio, he doesn't shy away from addressing personal conflicts, including issues with his mother, the mother of his child, or industry rivals. This bold and controversial style has proven to be a successful formula for Eminem, contributing to his career longevity and strong album sales, even without the typical practice of teasing albums before their release. Despite the potential wealth and fame that a similar path might have brought, Mark Wahlberg chose a different career trajectory. Uninterested in taking a route that involves public confrontations and controversies, he shifted his focus to acting instead. Wahlberg sought success in an industry that allowed him to express himself differently, aligning more with his preferences and values. Wahlberg went on to say, No, I love my mother, man. Are you crazy? No, I can't be a bad influence on anybody. But I think there's a lot more to what he does than that. There's certainly a shock value that's kind of gotten him to a certain place, but the guy's got a lot of talent. It's just, I came from the real thing, and I was trying desperately to get away from that. I'm trying to work as hard as possible to be the best person I can be to everybody, Wahlberg stated. I mean, my faith and the love that I have in my heart is something that I want to share and spread. Doing ST to get paid is not okay because I truly believe it is extremely difficult for a rich man to get into heaven. You know what they say, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get through the gates of heaven. Mark Wahlberg made a decisive move away from the music industry before his career had the chance to fully take off, ultimately proving to be a successful decision in the long run. Wahlberg, now recognized as one of the highest-paid actors of his generation, left behind a multi-year contract with his record company, rendering him unable to secure representation with another label until that contractual commitment concluded. This contractual constraint became the catalyst for change in Wahlberg's career, leading to his departure from the music industry.
Successful actor, I wanted to stay away from all that stuff because it was very hard for actors, musicians, and people like that to be taken seriously in the film world.
Yeah, right.
But times have changed, and
reflecting on his decision, Wahlberg cited the challenges he faced in the music world due to his association with his brother's group and his troubled past. In an interview with IGN, he explained his reluctance to follow the common practice among rappers of openly discussing their troubled backgrounds to boost their careers. Wahlberg chose not to promote his troubled past, emphasizing a different approach to his public image and creative expression. Wahlberg went on saying, "Then when it came out, it was like, oh, this kid is a monster. So acting was the last thing I wanted to do. I was put in a position by my record company and kind of pushed in a direction that I didn't want to go, obviously for their financial benefit. So I said I was going to wait out my contract, which would have taken 6 years. Rather than waiting out a multi-year contract or producing albums that didn't align with his artistic vision, Mark Wahlberg made a career pivot to become an actor. However, this doesn't entirely rule out the possibility of Wahlberg making a return to the hip-hop scene. He has acknowledged that, under the right circumstances, he might be open to rapping again. "Give me 2 days to rehearse," Wahlberg stated. "I can just get back into the swing of things. I need to just hear it and feel it." Now, after leaving the rapping, he got into acting and business. And when we talk about business in the industry, the first name our mind catches is Diddy's. Yes, he joined hands with Diddy, and his fans believe that's when everything got messed up. Mark Wahlberg and Sean Combs embarked on a unique business venture by investing in Aqua Hydrate, a high-performance alkaline water brand. This collaboration, popular in the United States, aimed to launch in the UK by the end of February 2018. Wahlberg played a significant role in bringing the product to the UK market and actively promoted it on social media.
What's the symbol for water?
Albuquerque. H2O. H2O. I was late on the buzzer.
It was late on he came after the buzzer. So
okay, so I'll pick one.
Wahlberg has diversified his investments, including a health and supplements company called Performance Inspired Nutrition. Additionally, he co-owns his family's burger chain, Wahlburgers. With a robust portfolio of business ventures, Wahlberg earned the title of Hollywood's highest-paid actor in August 2017, having amassed an impressive $66 million in earnings over the previous 12 months. Given both the artist's history, it is natural for them to work together on business as well as music. However, now Mark thinks that it was his biggest mistake to work with Diddy. The rapper-turned-actor feels that the interference of the studio played a big part in pushing him toward the film industry. He wanted a different kind of music, but he was asked to do something that didn't excite him. He also claimed that his brother making millions of dollars while he was struggling left him with no choice. According to The Ellen Show, he said, "They wanted me to be a little more commercial, take my pants off more, do a duet with a girl singer. They didn't want me to do what I wanted to do and to be who I am, so I just got a little frustrated by that." And he further added, "I think I could have been a lot more successful had I been allowed to do what I wanted to do. I think the record company had one specific idea, and they wanted to go for that," he said. "I had just gotten out of jail and I wanted to make a record. I saw my brother making millions of dollars and I'm still struggling, so I kind of compromised a little bit. But when they continued to push me further in the opposite direction, that's when I decided not to make another record and to wait out my contract." The actor has been profoundly affected by recent events, leading him to disclose that he rarely indulges in rap music these days. Although there's a possibility of a comeback, it won't align with the established image. Moreover, in his earlier years, the two-time national award-winning actor was involved in a series of offenses. He was once part of a rough-and-tumble group with a notably prejudiced mindset. During a confrontation, he engaged in a physical altercation, causing Johnny Trin, the victim, to sustain a left eye injury and endure racial slurs from the actor, who was a teenager at the time. Talking to Daily Mail, the victim said he was already blind in one eye after being injured while fighting the communists in the Vietnam War. "I was not blinded by Mark Wahlberg. He did hurt me, but my left eye was already gone. He was not responsible for that. He was young and reckless, but I forgive him now. Everyone deserves another chance. I would like to see him get a pardon." He should not have the crime hanging over him any longer. He paid for his crime when he went to prison, he said. Wahlberg also recollected the incident from his adolescence during a conversation with The Wrap. The star said, "I didn't need that. I spent 28 years righting the wrong. I was relieved to find out that the injuries to his eye had occurred in the early 70s and not from the incident that happened that night. But I was able to meet with him and his wife and his daughter and apologize for those horrific acts. Some good did come out of it." Well, apparently Wahlberg was too busy dealing with allegations of yet another A, this time involving Madonna's entourage, and a fight that started after Wahlberg, according to a police report, started making disparaging remarks about HS, at which point he allegedly pushed nightclub owner John Enos and punched Maverick Productions bigwig Guy Ossery in the nose, which, to be honest, partly explains why Wahlberg turned down Brokeback Mountain, stating that he was creeped out by the gay love story. And it also explains why some people were extremely upset that he was cast in 2020's Joe Bell, a movie about a father crusading against homophobic bullying. Well, the question that arises is that was he like this from the very beginning, or he also was controlled by the elites of the industry like Diddy? Anyways, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.